Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and this morning I'm looking at a book from Jordan's. It's an interesting one. It's called Family Rights at Work, A Guide to Employment Law. It's for all you employment lawyers out there, people like me doing the tribunal work and so forth. Very useful book because it gives a very good up-to-date position for the 21st century on where we're going. It's written by Robin Allen, Queen's Counsel, and Rachel Crasnow. We've given it the title, For Employment Law Practitioners and Anybody Else in the Workplace, A Guide to the Rights of Working Parents. And that's what the book's about. Here it is. It's not a heavy book, quite light really. That's the front cover, there's the side, and there's the back. You've got the standard structure for Jordan's, which is a shortish index, actually, on this occasion. You've got some quite useful directives at the back, which we will always have in this area of law from the EU, and various statutory regulations on pay and so forth. And you've got a whole range of other regulations which we'll be looking at. Then we get to the bulk of the book itself, which is structured, apart from things, we've got the Equality Act and some legislation. We then come to the actual structure itself, and you can see that Jordan's are running the usual thing of paragraph numbering down the sides, which is extremely helpful. There are, of course, copiously detailed footnotes, which you can probably see there and there. And then at the front, you've got a useful foreword from Laura Cox, Mrs. Justice Laura Cox, which is worth looking at. And you've got the detail of the contents page and so forth. Then lots of details of statutory instruments, EC material, and then an introduction to family-friendly law, which is the introduction from Robin Allen. Now, our review is fairly detailed. You'll see the detail on the web and in the journals. We say, the work-life balance to which we all aspire. Maintaining it is certainly a challenge which most of us face daily. The challenge of balancing the demands of employment, that is, against the often more demanding obligations of family life, and that's where the sort of balance comes in. We're reminded as we peruse this valuable and intriguing book that the concept of work-life balance is alien in some cultures, and that in many parts of the world, including a depressingly large number of countries with increasingly successful economies, it's regarded as anything from incomprehension to outright disdain. So we're very fortunate in the UK to achieve the balance, and as Mrs. Justice Laura Cox says in the foreword, making provision for such a balance is still regarded in some quarters as inconsistent with economic growth and with the doctrine that time is money. But there again we have the rights, and as I say, they're balanced very nicely by the team of expert contributors headed by Robin Allen, Queen's Counsel, and Rachel Crasnow. It's a practical guide and a very useful reference tool for employment lawyers, I think. And the authors express the hope that their enthusiasm for the protections that employment law provides to family life will be adequately conveyed, and I think they do so. We've written a pretty detailed review here, but I think the book itself provides an invaluable insight and assistance to professionals seeking to navigate their way around the legislation, which of course makes up quite a large part of the book, because you have a lot of the stuff which you have to actually include and then have explained. The table of cases is very useful as well. So let me conclude by saying that the book's practical approach, its readability and its ease of use commend it not just to practitioners in our view, but to interested members of the public as well, or indeed as anybody else in the world of work who's interested in understanding the overall framework which governs the rights of working parents. And I hope human resource managers have it as well. Thank you very much to all concerned and to Jordan's. Bye-bye.